Yeah, he owns a radio station and some other business too.
Sorry.
You're fine, man. I need a second anyway. So I can,
What you?
Chop.
now I just gotta calm down a little bit so I can speak clearly without like shaking and stuff. Just better that way. Alright, my name is William Singer, and I'm here today to talk to you about the war on drugs and how it isn't working. The term war on drugs was first used by Richard Nixon in 1971. It was later made popular by the media. Since the 1970s, over $1 trillion have been spent on the drug war, as well as America's incarceration rate has risen from 0.18% to 0.8%. The war on drugs basically uses a strict law enforcement approach instead of using treatment as a solution. Mostly, the United States government has been targeting low-level, non-violent drug offenders to produce numbers so that people think that the drug war is actually working. They've been recently using more questionable tactics. Basically, they've been violating human rights of Americans, mainly minorities and lower class citizens. What we need to realize here is that the issue isn't about the drugs, it's more about human rights and treatment. Drug enforcement actually started in the early 20th century with marijuana, basically. It was racially motivated against Latinos and blacks because they were mainly the ones using it. It was feared that much of the white community would end up falling into this same epidemic. At first, drug addicts weren't actually viewed with fear, they were viewed with sympathy, and treatment was a main solution. And when the war on drugs was created, they changed that from treatment to incarceration, which has done nothing but cost taxpayers money. The DEA was created in 1973 to help the war on drugs, and basically since then they've locked up about 25% or 25% of the world's prisoners. Basically in the United States. For every 100,000 people in America, there are 760 prisoners, and that's a rise from 150 prisoners per 100,000 in 1980. So what's the difference in the last 30 years? It's basically the war on drugs and mandatory minimum sentences. Also, DEA busts have been a big part of it, and recently they've actually been targeting low-level drug dealers and actually recruiting them to take out or to carry out basically robberies of drug stash houses. And they've been, basically what they do is they lure these guys in. The guys are very poor, and they offer them hundreds of thousands of dollars to rob a house. It's one day's work. It's actually technically entrapment. It's basically violating your rights as an American, actually as a human. They've also showed that in these arrests, many Marines and actually Army Rangers have been among the people arrested because they've also been under financial strain. I'm dying up here. Anyways, Alright. Actually, I'm just gonna end this. As Bill Hicks said, it's not a war on drugs, it's a war on personal freedom, is what it is, and keep that in mind at all times. Thank you.